Before we get underway, we find out that Brian Cashman has said that it does appear that Luis Severino is going to have Tommy John surgery. It's been recommended, and if he has Tommy John surgery, anybody that has followed baseball knows you are done for the year and a portion of the...
Welcome back to the rotation. My name's Joe. I am depressed. With me is my fellow Yankee comrade, Dylan Pellister.
Hello, Joe.
And my other co-host, the Red Sox fan, Austin Dickey, formerly known as Dickey. Tough time for me, especially. As you heard from the audio, Luis Severino is done for the year. He's done part of next year. He needs his UCL fixed. It was partially torn. Our number 2 pitcher is down, Dylan.
You know what, Joe? But he was down all of last year, too, and I'm pretty sure he came back in late September after this team was already near 100 wins. Look, it's a very bad situation for the Yankees, a situation they did not want at all. They wanted to avoid it at all costs. But you know what? Luis Severino is going to come back even stronger. He's already sent out a message that he hopes to bring championships to New York for years to come. However, we're focused on this year, Joe, and the Yankees still can win a title despite Luis Severino being on the shelf.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I sent out a tweet earlier. It said, the Indians can make it to the World Series with Charlie Sheen pitching. The Yankees can do that with Garrett Cole. And I stand firmly behind that belief. I think Garrett Cole's a little bit better at pitching than Charlie Sheen was. That's just my personal preference. That might be cause an uproar, but you never know. Yeah, they won 100 games without Severino starting a game. I don't know if he actually qualified with enough innings to qualify for a win in the regular season. He only pitched 12 innings in 3 games in the regular season. So, I mean, it's a big loss. Obviously, you would love to have Severino.
It doesn't change anything, Joe.
There's
still 100 plus wins.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, I love Severino. Of all the young Yankees, I mean, Judge is my guy, but Severino's I've been a big Sevy guy ever since I was in 8th grade when he made his debut in 2015, 2016. So it's a big loss.
Who's your 4th and 5th right now?
Well, I'll take this. Right now, it's probably the 4 starter is probably going to be Jordan Montgomery right now.
Gumby.
Montgomery missed a great portion of last year. He came
back
as
Tommy John.
He did have Tommy John. I saw him pitch in person as well. He was very good as a rookie. In fact, he finished 5th in AL Rookie of the Year voting back in 2017. Look, he's a pretty good fit for the Yankees. Another left-hander to go along with J. Happ and James Paxton in that rotation. But he's been pretty productive when he's been on the field. I think he's a pretty solid pitcher to hold the fort down. Paxton's out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jonathan Loaisiga, probably the 5th starter right now.
Lasagna.
Johnny Lasagna, yeah, he's in the run. I would say it's between him. It's between Mike King.
Yeah.
It's between, and they might go at the route with Devi Garcia.
I
think
very
right now
hyped up prospect.
They're not going to call him up this early.
No, Cashman said that they might look that route. They also might look the route of Clark Schmidt, who's another pitcher coming back from Tommy John. Ground ball pitcher, play well in Yankee Stadium.
Look, I think if you're going off here right now, the most likely 2 options would be Jordan Montgomery and Loaisiga.
Monty's in the rotation.
Yeah, and I think Loaisiga would be a pretty good.
Loaisiga.
Loaisiga.
Damn, you really wish Domingo Germán didn't hit somebody, did you?
You know what? Domingo Germán and James Paxton will be back. So let's pause. Let's think it's mid-June real quick, right?
Yep.
The Yankees are going to win games regardless because of their offense. We saw their offense just outscore
and the bullpen.
teams.
The bullpen's still amazing.
The bullpen's still amazing. Everybody's like, we lost Dylan Betances. Well, guess what? Dylan Betances.
He didn't pitch last year.
He
pitched like an inning and he tore his Achilles.
Yeah. So let's think June. Garrett Cole, Tanaka, Paxton, Germán, and probably
either Happ or Monty. It depends on who's doing better.
Whoever's doing
How does that match up against a Nats rotation or a Dodgers rotation in the World
Series?
I still think it's better than LA's. That sounds biased, but I mean Walker Buehler. I mean he's a stud, obviously, but Garrett Cole's still better. Sorry about it. You have your number 2. It'd probably be James Paxton, a healthy James Paxton. He is a number 2 pitcher. He's qualified as an ace in some teams.
Good matchup.
I would say he's
Kershaw.
I mean, Paxton and Kershaw. Kershaw has a lot kind of to prove this year because he's getting older. That arm's going to start seeing some fatigue and stuff like that. You're already seeing in the postseason he has his struggles. So I mean, Paxton and Kershaw, that can be kind of a wash. Tanaka, Price, it depends on what Tanaka you're getting.
It depends on which stadium you're pitching in because isn't Tanaka really good at Yankee Stadium, but kind of poor on the road? Is that correct?
Yeah, kind of, but it just depends on what. Because Tanaka, he has this tendency to where if he can go to Kauffman and play the Royals, and he'll pitch against them in mid-July, and he'll just give up like a 6 spot. Yeah. But then he'll pitch against the Astros in postseason and go. He's absolute nails. You just never know.
Tanaka's got a sub 3.2 ERA in the postseason. I mean,
it's under 2. It's like 1.8 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
it's one of the best of all time.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's always been a joke.
So I mean, like, let's look at it. Look at this from the postseason. Game 1, Garrett Cole. That's a hard. You're not gonna win that game very many times.
Game 2, Paxton.
Game 2, Paxton. Paxton did well in the postseason.
I want Tanaka pitching.
Struggled with length, and then you got Tanaka. That'll probably be your Game 2 guy in the postseason because he's proven it.
You would want him pitching twice in the series, so Game 2 or 3, Tanaka can pitch. Yeah.
So and then I mean, you're looking probably if you're going after that, you're probably gonna go with Domingo.
Yeah.
Maybe if you need to. So. In terms of a playoff series, I'm still giving the edge to New York because, one, LA and New York, if they face off, going to be in the World Series. David Price can't pitch against New York. I mean, he just can't. He sucks against them. Let's be real. Kershaw has his postseason issues. I know. I mean, you kind of look past that in 2017 with the whole Astros thing. You look past that. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. But still, he's had his issues in the postseason regardless. Walker, Garrett Cole, that's going to be a show. I mean, I would pay tons of money to watch that.
1-0 game on that one.
Oh God, that would be a very good.
Let's not forget how good both these lineups are. Let's not say 1-0.
Well, I know, but I mean, you got to think about what you're going up against here.
Well, we don't even need to talk about starting rotations and lining them up against the Dodgers. The entire narrative behind the Yankees the last couple years is when they get to the postseason, their starter only needs to go 5 innings because they can turn it to the bullpen the rest of the way. And that's still the construction of this team for this year. They've still got 4 to 5 guys out of the bullpen they trust at any time. Whether it's Chapman, whether it's Britton, whether it's
Tommy Kahnle,
whether it's Adam Ottavino, whether it's even Chad Green. I mean, we saw him in very high leverage situations last postseason. Yeah,
but it really hasn't worked in the long run, right? The short term,
I'll tell you what it is.
But you really hope it works in the long run. Like, I mean, I remember a few years ago, way before we did this, 2018 postseason, you guys were talking trash on my bullpen.
Because it sucks. It still sucks.
They outperformed.
They didn't have that narrative. And they finally did it.
When your pitchers are going 3 innings and they're giving up 6-7 runs, your 4 horsemen aren't going to have that much to work with.
Guys, what's killed the Yankees in previous postseasons hasn't been pitching. In both series against the Astros, it's been hitting.
Right, that's fair, but look at the Astros pitching in those series. Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, Zach Greinke.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
2017, Lance McCullers.
The Yankees have always had that bullpen, and they still have that bullpen. So regardless of how much starting pitching they have, that bullpen can carry them the distance, and it's all. I mean, they've got close.
It's a safety blanket for sure for your starters.
I mean,
you're getting 7 out of Garrett Cole though.
Okay, last year they didn't have Garrett Cole. They didn't have Severino basically the entire year. They were rolling with Happ, Tanaka, Paxton, and Herman.
Domingo.
Guess what? That's what they'll be rolling with this year too. So what has changed?
Garrett Cole.
What has changed? Nothing has changed.
I mean, hopefully the lineup can stay healthy. We're not on a good track right now.
With Giancarlo Stanton?
That's just, that's a scheduled thing. You're going to get a tweet at one point in the year that says Giancarlo Stanton has strained such and such muscle. I think since he's been here, I saw something. He's strained, I think he's had like 6 different strains, all with different muscle groups. All like different, he had a bicep, he had a PCL, he had a hand, I think he had, the quad, and now he has the calf. It's like, dude, I get it. You're 6'6". You're 250 pounds of pure solid muscle. You look like you should be on the front of some like muscle magazine. But you gotta stay healthy, dude.
Well, that's just for the Yankees in general. It's just really, as a Yankee fan, it's becoming really head scratching to me as they had so many injuries last year. And look, I mean, we were at one point saying the AAA Yankees midsummer, blah blah blah. Because
next man up.
Yeah, and now this year you think, okay, the injury bug it's gone. Judge had a minor injury. Now Stanton might not be able to start the season. I'm already Severino. That's 3 of their top 8 players already. So how does this happen to New York and not anybody else?
Judge is going to be playing by next week. Yeah, Boone already said that. Paxton, that they said it was something off last year, but that was a cyst. Those things come up out of nowhere. I mean, you can't really plan against that. That's not his fault. Severino, this is the last year issue too. I've heard that when you have an issue in your elbow, it can result in pain in your shoulder in that area. Remember last year they couldn't figure it out. They thought it was a shoulder. They thought it was a lat. I think it was because of something in the elbow. That's my belief. I feel like he's been dealing with this.
Well, that's the only reason why he would have to have Tommy John out of nowhere.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like it was definitely something he dealt with all of last year. I mean, this isn't something that just pops up out of nowhere.
So Stanton has an opt-out, or is it a team
It's an
option?
opt-out.
Is
No,
it
he
an
has
opt-out?
He can opt out after next year. Kind of like
What
I think
do
it's kind
you
of like JD.
think the Yankees' stance will be on it if he's injured all year, or?
Well, he's not going to opt out. I mean,
Not with that money.
if you're Giancarlo, you're out of your mind if you opt out. I mean, after 2017, if he had that opt out, after he just he had 59 home runs and won MVP, maybe, but not after kind of a down year in 2018. It was still a very good year, still a very productive year, but for him it was a down year.
What if he goes off after he comes back from his injury?
2018 he misses all of the season pretty much, except for I think like 18 games.
I think
2019's not off, or 2020's not off to a very good start. He's making $25 million a year right now. He's got over $200 million guaranteed still. He'd be nuts if he opted out.
How many years?
Oh God, I think he's here through 2028.
Yeah, it was a
That
10-year
is
contract.
It was 10-year, but it was 13-year with a 10-year like option.
That is crazy. He's gonna take
think
up
Miami.
so much money when you have to pay.
Well, I think next year. No, if
you have to pay Glaber, you have to pay all your young players. Look what happened to Mookie.
No, just listen. We're in a much better position than that because next year, I believe, if Stanton doesn't opt out, Miami has to give us $30 million. I think that's the case with that. I'm not sure. I read that somewhere. Another good thing to think about: the Yankees before their tax penalty, their payroll is at I think it was $238 million. They have Hap coming off the books, 16 or 18 million. Tanaka, 18 million. I think they have Ellsbury's on there, another over 20 million. Paxton, what's he making? 10, 12 million?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money right there. That's putting you well below the tax threshold.
Well, look,
the only one out of those guys they'll probably re-sign is Tanaka, probably.
I don't
think they won't bring back Paxton.
Joe, the great thing about the Yankees, though, in terms of Stan's injury, is they have tons of depth behind them. They can roll out with Gardner, Tauchman, and Judge in the outfield, and they'll be just fine on opening day.
Look at Miggy.
Yeah,
Miggy's playing outfield.
Andujar's been playing outfield. They obviously have Clint Frazier.
I'm a big Clint guy. I think this is. I hope they give him a chance. I really do. He's got the bat. I think last year his defense was a result of him being skeptical because of his concussion. He ran into a wall. That would bother a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like he's had a lot of experience in the big leagues. I know when you play for the Yankees, especially when you're playing the Red Sox and you have the game like he had against them, you're going to catch a lot of heat. That's just living in New York. That's playing for New York. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I really hope they give him a shot. I like Clint. I think he has a lot of potential. Cashman loves Clint. That's why he won't trade him. He's afraid if he trades him, he's going to blossom and become some star because he's got the potential. He's got the talent.
So I'm looking here, and in 2021 and 2022, your only free agents to come off. Let me get this
Tanaka,
right.
Paxton.
Yeah, so
Hap.
you have
Even Gardner. Gardner's on the 1 year.
LeMahieu you have to pay in 2021. He'll be asking for money. Adam Ottavino,
LeMahieu's not going to get a big deal. He's in his 30s.
Paxton in 2021, Canely in 2023. But then if you look
Judge is
in 2023, it's a big year. It's Chapman.
Chapman will walk.
You have Judge, Gary, and Chad Green.
They're not going to keep Gary.
And then 2024 is not so big, but it's a pitcher's year. And Gio Urshela, Luis Sessa, Jordan Montgomery, Jonathan Holder, some contracts you can get rid of.
You realize every team's going to have
Miguel
players in free
Andujar
agency.
you have to pay. And then 2025, way in the future, you have Herman, Torres, Voit, and Tauchman. You have a lot of bills to pay.
Okay, you think you brought up Sessa, you brought up Lawai. I mean, like these guys are going to be the guys that walk. Chapman, men. Okay, anyway, this isn't a Yankee pod. Let's get on with it. Red Sox, they're postponed. What's going on with that?
They're not going to find anything. I mean,
So why are they postponing it?
maybe they're trying to find stuff.
They
you
just
know?
Uncle Manfred's like, we kind of messed up that whole Houston Astros thing.
Yeah,
Let's go in depth with this Red Sox one, even though we're probably not going to find anything.
They're going to find...
Putting his time in the wrong area again.
Yeah, they're going to find what they would find with every other club, which is using the replay room in 2018. But they put that 15-second delay in the postseason, so they couldn't use it then. And I believe I said on the first pod we did that they won most of their games on the road. I mean, it's not an Astros thing. I know you have a replay room on the road, but like I said, not the Astros where they took advantage of it with the home ballpark and all that. But yeah, I don't know what you guys have to think about it.
So I have a question for you. Who are they going to fine or punish? Is it going to be the brand new general manager who had nothing to do with it, or is it going to be the interim manager who likely had nothing to do with it?
They'll fine Alex Cora. They'll
the
get
guy
Cora, and then they'll find the organization. I don't think they take any draft picks away.
None of that will happen.
No.
I don't think it goes as far as the Astros because, as I've
no.
been saying, it's stupid. The report was stupid. That Ian Kinsler went on a radio show. He came to the organization midway through the season. He said they didn't do anything, and he's retired, correct?
No, he's with the Pods. He was last year.
I don't know, but he's not with us anymore. He's not a part of our organization. He
hit like a buck
he can
90.
do a Mike Fiers situation and say that, oh yeah, they did something. No player, no team is talking. No team has come out like saying, oh, we noticed they were doing something. But yeah, I just think it's a dumb investigation all around.
Yes, sir. What do you think?
I mean, the Red Sox, as much as we like to hate them, their cheating is nowhere near what the Astros did.
We did the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. This should all blow over. Even as a Yankee fan, I know the Red Sox are in the clear. It's going to be a slap on the wrist punishment. I have no idea why Major League Baseball is still conducting this investigation to just...
Because you just gave it away right there. Major League Baseball. That's who's doing the investigation. That's why it's a mess. That's why right there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Astros. Speaking of the Astros, what do we think about them getting hit? Intentional or non-intentional? It doesn't matter.
Well, it's not
They're
intentional.
getting hit.
They haven't been intentional yet. But it is
it will be.
It is kind of ironic, though, that they have been getting hit.
It's like every game.
In spring training, yeah.
I was watching Jake Myers, Westside alum, high school here in Nebraska. Went to Nebraska. Current Houston Astro minor leaguer. I'm like, oh, look. Jake Myers, he's getting that bat. 2 pitches in, just gets beamed, and I'm like, oh my god, that's how bad it is. It's almost, it says unintentional, but it's almost so ironic. I'm like starting to think, is it intentional?
Yeah.
Are they finding a loophole where are they throwing breaking balls to hit them now, so it looks like an accident, but they're actually?
I mean, hey, it'll still hurt for a little bit. I mean,
it hurt for like
sports
5
bettors.
seconds.
Take the over on hit batters for the Astros.
Bregman got hit a bomb.
Over.
I respect it. If you're gonna respond to getting hit by a pitch, hit a bomb, dude. Like Bregman went about it the right way.
Nah, the wind carried that when I saw it.
But I found it very funny that Springer was today actually. He pulled one of those Carlos Gomez swings, fall into one knee as he swung, and the crowd just gave him so much boos. I mean, it was pretty hilarious, honestly.
I'm loving the videos that are coming out with the boos.
What's that account? That Astro count? That Astro shame? Yeah, no. Astro. It's like Astro shame account or hit by pitch counter or something like. It's something along those lines. It's just like posting a video of every time a player gets hit. And it's funny, but at the same time, someone might get hurt, and it might not be so funny. But
well, if you're a pitcher, like I think we said last podcast, do not aim for the head. I think that's just a given, an unwritten rule. Try not to aim for the head. But I think anywhere, probably lower back.
There'll be one that gets away from somebody, and it just beans a guy right in the head, and we're gonna have some serious issues.
I mean, look.
When do you think the brawl is gonna break out?
Game 1.
No.
I think.
Do you think it'll be before July?
I think when Dylan Bundy hits George Springer intentionally.
Bundy.
I mean, I'm starting to think about it. They might be
it's gonna
like,
be some
okay,
team,
we expected that.
There's gonna be one team that's just not competitive. That's just gonna say screw it and just.
Yeah.
No, I think the first brawl will
like
be
a team that comes to mind for me is the Pirates. I don't know if they play. I doubt they play because it's. But I mean, like a team like that would just come to mind for me. Just someone that would just say, "All right, I've had enough," and just drill
first
somebody.
brawl will be Yankees. I think
I
think it'll be the Yankees.
No, it won't because we don't play them at home.
We don't have
until
Tyler
September.
Austin on our team anymore.
We don't play them at home until September, so we're not going to try to start a
playing
brawl
them
on
in
the
May
road.
at Houston.
We would start a brawl in front of our home crowds, and that wouldn't happen until September. And you're not going to have any kind of brawl in September right before postseason play. So I guarantee, and I'll put a lot of money on it. The Yankees do not retaliate against the Astros all year. How they would retaliate would be in the postseason by knocking them out. That's how they would retaliate, and then they'd be like, see, not only did we take your pitcher, but we finally beat you because you guys weren't cheating.
Yeah.
That's how they would retaliate.
Woo!
All right. Last thing I'd like to say about the Astros, though, the stat that came out the other day in Game 5 of the 2017 World Series, Clayton Kershaw, he threw 52 breaking balls. Joe, do you want to tell me how many times the Astros swung and missed on those breaking balls?
0!
How does that happen? Clayton Kershaw's got, I don't care about his postseason resume. He's got one of the most vicious 12-6 curveballs in baseball. That's his pitch. He's known for that.
Yeah.
That's his staple. And to have it thrown 52 times at you and you don't even swing and miss once at it?
Yeah.
Not even once.
He was tipping his pitches, Dylan.
Oh, yeah. He must have been.
That's what it was.
We're not going to dwell on the Astros stuff anymore. We've already talked about it enough. The entire world's talked about it enough. That was just a very truth-telling stat to me.
Yes. Pivoting. Bull riding into our next segment.
Another lefty, Joe.
The lefty. Arizona Diamondback.
Mason Saunders.
Yeah.
Wait.
Newest pitcher, Mason Saunders.
You know what? I think Mason Saunders is going to be a really good addition to the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, he's going to really lengthen that rotation to go along with Robbie Ray and Madison Bumgarner.
Young.
Wait, what?
Aiden Young.
What's up, Joe? Oh, Madison Bumgarner is Mason Saunders.
Oh.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh. Yeah. A little rodeo in this action.
I mean, Madison Bumgarner, look, he's got that country background from North Carolina. He is definitely a country boy at heart. Not a big city guy. Likes to keep it low-key.
Oh, yeah.
Keep himself independent. I mean, he's a hard-working guy, and you can tell.
Dirt bikes. He likes his dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Gets hurt on his dirt bikes.
Dickie, what would you like to say on that?
Well, I think this Mason Saunders guy, given a little sneak peek in our prediction episode coming up, I think he rides and saddles up his horse on the D-backs all the way straight into third place in the NL West.
Oh.
Wow.
Missing the playoffs, maybe?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to go into detail about the Diamondbacks right now as a team, but I think it's a pretty good story about Madison Bumgarner that he could have a fake name so he could participate in rodeo events without the Giants or now Diamondbacks.
It's inspiring,
finding out.
honestly. I'm
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah.
I'm inspired. I want to
He likes to do it. Now he has horses at his Arizona home. So
This
it's
is
a perfect place
why
for him to go.
when I saw reports of people saying, "Oh, MadBum to the Yanks," I'm just like, it's never gonna work. He's gonna be the guy that's like hunting in Central Park or something like that. Like he's just gonna do something ridiculous that just gets him in trouble. I swear, he's not meant for the city.
Yeah, no, he keeps to himself, and I mean, him winning multiple thousands of dollars in rodeo events.
Yes,
That's the coolest story of the offseason.
He's got a
by far.
second job.
Yeah, he's got a second job.
Thanks, Mason.
hey,
That's a perfect rodeo name,
Dylan,
Mason.
we have a trivia segment coming up. Can we get into some trivia here? I need to ask you a question.
Okay.
What was Madison Bumgarner's high school girlfriend's name?
No idea.
Madison Bumgarner.
Let's go.
He dated Madison Bumgarner.
How about that? Okay.
How do we know it wasn't actually him? And he went by Mason. How do we know his girlfriend wasn't actually him?
Oh.
This guy, I want to talk
That's
to this
weird,
guy.
Joe.
This guy might be the second most interesting man in baseball behind Tommy Kahnle.
Okay, we're gonna. I mean, how much can we talk about?
Can we talk about our top 5 young duos already?
That
Can
is
we
our
get
next
to that?
topic, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna give you guys a nice little segment right here. Top 5 young duos in the sport, ages 25 or under.
Yeah.
It is 2 players on a team that you think would make the best dynamic duo to continue like a franchise.
And then we have one obvious answer. Dickie?
Well, I'm actually going to start from 5 and
That's
go
fine.
to 1.
Okay.
Number 5.
Oh, God.
Devers and Verdugo.
Oh!
Devers
Haven't even
had-
played together yet, but we're giving them love.
Well, neither has some of these guys. Okay.
Like who? All of them have played together already.
Well, I mean, Devers could be on this list by himself
No, we
and
can't.
still be top 5. That man had a
do you
great...
think this guy's Mike Trout or something?
He's the GOAT. He's the 13-year-old
If you're
GOAT.
really going to say that, you're just going against the topic. I'm asking you for your top 5 duos.
Okay,
Continue on
Devers
to
and
number 4.
Verdugo, the two lefties. One's 13, another one is a fugitive. I think they're going to have a lot of power in that right side at Fenway.
He's a fugitive.
I think Devers' defense improves because it really improved last year. And his hitting gets even better. He's not just looking for the long ball. And then Verdugo, we know what he can do with his time on the Dodgers. Number 4, Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar.
I love the
I'm gonna go with the
reporting.
same. I'm gonna go with the same thing. I think Gleyber just carries that. We didn't see Andujar last year.
He should have won Rookie of the Year.
He should have won Rookie of the Year in 2018. He had
I
better,
mean, like, I get
he had
Ohtani.
better stats than both Gleyber and Ohtani.
I mean, like, I know Ohtani was crazy, but in my opinion, he didn't play enough to win it.
Yeah, no, they gave it to Ohtani just because he can hit and pitch, and it was fame. That's why.
No, like, and Duhart, he batted over 290. I mean, he had a heck of
He
a
set
year.
the record for doubles as a rookie.
He had a heck of a
At
year.
Yankee Stadium too, where it's not
Yeah, it's
really
like-
a doubles
Yeah.
park.
Well, I don't know. The gaps in center is pretty big at Yankee. I mean, that's very
Left
underrated.
center, right center.
Well, number 3, I have a pitcher, position player tandem.
Is it the Padres?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Tatis and Paddock.
Woo!
We know what they can do. We don't know.
The sheriff's
Going
in town.
after Will Myers is traded to the Red Sox, because that's going to happen. It's been reported by Kevin Acee that will happen. That we'll see where they put him if they trade for Lindor, which we talked about last time. But Paddock, we already know his stuff. We'll just see if he can consistently hold that up this year, because we know he got sent down last year. So
He got sent
was
la-
innings restriction.
Yeah, innings
That's all
restrictions.
that
That's the
was.
only reason why.
It's not because he sucks. It's
Yeah.
because he was on innings limit.
Continue, though, number 2.
number 2, Ronald Acuna and Ozzy Albies.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say this for a third time. Acuna carries that duo. Albies is
He's good.
He was all right last year,
He's good.
but
Good player.
he still has some potential there. I don't think he's hit his limit.
Acuna Matata.
Switch hitter, can hit it both ways. So, and we already know what Acuna can do. So, number 1, Cody Bellinger, who's surprisingly still under 25 and already has an MVP.
He's 24. And
I
Rookie
know
of the
he's
Year.
24, Joe.
Okay.
And then Gavin Lux, future Rookie of the Year.
All right, Joe, may you give us your top 5, sir?
My top 5, well, I mean, I got the... Ooh, no. You know what? I want to switch it up a little bit. Instead of Devers and Verdugo, I'm going to say Bo and Vlad.
Okay.
I like that duo more. I think Gleyber and Duhar is another good one. I think Acuna Albies is a good one, but I think Acuna kind of carries that tandem.
Okay.
I like Bellinger Lux. I think that's the most popular. I think that's the most obvious one. So to be different, to be unique, I'm going to go with the Sheriff, and I'm going to go with Fernando Tatis, my MVP pick.
Okay.
I think the Sheriff has a lot of upside. I think he has Cy Young potential. His changeup is filthy. He's got pinpoint location, and he wears cowboy boots. I mean, like, he shows up to games, he's wearing
And a hat.
and a cowboy hat. And he's got a mullet. And then did you see he has a new lion tattoo too?
Does
Like
he
the
really?
guy on his forearm. The guy's just on a roll right now. I mean, you look at him on the mound. He has his glove covering his face because it makes him that look that much more scary. It says relentless down the side of it. That's sick. And he
Mullet.
just looks like he just wants to kill somebody. He's like breathing heavy. He looks like he's about to have a heart attack on the mound. I love it. It's intense. Tatis, I think he's the most talented. My hot take, I think he's the most talented player under 25. I'm
Joe?
going with Tatis on that. I love Tatis.
I mean, he's top five young player under 25, I think. But I'm not willing to go number 1.
Talent-wise, yeah. I'm
Maybe.
saying that.
Okay.
Premier position.
Yeah, I mean, he had a very outstanding WAR for the amount of games. That he
84 games, over 4 WAR. He had a WAR, I think it was 0.2 less than Freddie Freeman's, and he played 84 ball games. 84 ball games, folks. Freddie Freeman, 84 ball games.
And that's not even a shot at
Just saying
Freddie
WAR.
Freeman. That's not
That's
even
just
a shot
how
at
good
Freddie
Tatis is.
Yeah. I have the same 5 as you, Joe, but I have them in a different order. I agree with you having Bo Bichette and Vlad at number 5. I think they are the faces of Toronto. Those are 2 outstanding hitters, I think, that are really going to up their game this year and propel Toronto to be a possible wildcard team. Not saying they'll make the playoffs, but the reason that they'll be in competition is because of them. Number 4, I'm probably... I'm probably going to go Paddock and Tatis at 4.
Ooh,
Oh my!
I like it. No, I respect it.
my.
They're not proven enough.
I respect that. I just think highly of their talent.
I do too, and I think next year at this time they could easily be number 1. But Chris Paddock was on an innings restriction last year. I mean, we don't know how he will play this year. Same with Tatis. I mean, in a crowded infield, especially if they get Lindor. Look, you can interchange this list as much as you want. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna. What I based mine off, in my opinion, I based it off pure talent and pure what I see in terms of when I watch the ball game.
Okay.
When I watch the plays, I see Tatis make. When I see some of the swings that he has. When I see some of the pitches that Paddock has. That's what I base it off.
Number 3, I'm going to go with Ozzie Albies and Ronald Acuna. I kind of agree with you guys. Albies is very good, but Acuna is definitely the star player. Now Albies is his sidekick. Look, they've had a phenomenal couple years together. 2 NL East championships for the Braves. So, I mean, we can't really disregard what they have done since they've gotten into the league. But they're going to be at number 3 for me. Number 2 is going to be Gleyber and Andujar. I just go back to 2018. The 2 most productive rookie hitters were not. It wasn't even close. It was 1 Andujar and it was 2 Gleyber. And not only did Andujar who was better than Gleyber, and we think Gleyber is better than Judge possibly. That's how fond we are.
I'm not
Gleyber.
gonna go that far.
That's how fond we think he has that kind of capability though.
Oh, he has the potential for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean Gleyber is a phenomenal player, and Andujar was better than him in 2018.
Offensively.
Well, of course, yeah. We're talking okay, fair, but Andujar's offensive production that year combined with Gleyber's offensive production, that's unheard of. Even compared to Acuna and Albies, it was far better than both of them.
Andujar.
Yeah, so I think Andujar's going to have a terrific year bouncing back after that injury, and I think him and Gleyber are going to be a problem in New York for years to come. This isn't even me being biased. This is look at the 2018 Rookie of the Year votes and look how good Gleyber was last year. And Andujar's already off to a scorching start in spring training. So
Especially they move him to the left.
then number 1, I'm not going to dwell on it. I agree with you guys. It is Gavin Lux, or I agree with you, Dickie. It is Gavin Lux and Cody Bellinger.
I think the same. I was just being different.
That's fair. That's fair. So yeah. All right, guys.
Segment time. Trivia time.
We are about to wrap up this podcast with what could be a very humorous last 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
We are having a trivia session with a person who does not know that much about baseball. He is a good friend of ours, but let's be honest, guys, he is not well educated on the game of baseball.
He knows as much as I did when I was 7.
His name is Zaid Corey, and he is joining us on the podcast now.
Let's go.
So, Zaid, you're joining us now. Why don't you introduce a little bit about yourself?
It's a pleasure.
Thank
to
you,
be here,
Zaid.
first
We're
of
going to
all.
move on to the questions. Joe's going to come in here. He's going to be the host. Here we go.
Awesome.
Y'all ruthless over here.
Sit in the middle so you can't cheat.
Well, you're supposed to be next to him.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this this segment, where we quiz our very good friend and test his baseball knowledge.
Zoila!
Zaid,
What's up, Joe?
are you ready to get underway?
I am.
How many questions total are there, Joe?
Well, everybody, we have 10 questions that we will be asking him. No, I'm cheating. We have 10 questions we will be asking Zaid. They are non-multiple choice. He is going to have to know the answer. If he doesn't, he has to take a guess. He cannot say, I don't know. He must take a guess. If it's player related, he must name a player. If it's anything like that, he must name a big year. So be it. He must name something. He can't just say, I don't know. And then at the end, we have a special treat. We have another trivia, but it's Houston Astros edition. It'll be very fun. And I'm looking forward to it, and I know you guys will too.
Wonder what this is all about.
So let's get underway. Zaid, these questions, they may start easy. You might know some of the answers.
Mm-hmm.
They genuinely get harder as they go on. So to get underway, your first question. What are the names of the 2 leagues?
The American League and the National League, Joe.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
I feel like a pro.
Which team has the most World Series titles?
Your fellow New York Yankees, Joe.
How many do they have?
Is it upward of 20?
It is.
27.
Very good.
Hey!
Very good. Very good. What player holds the record for the most stolen bases in MLB history?
Oh shit. Well, that I'm not. I have no clue, Joe.
You have to say a player. Come on. Any player. You gotta say a player.
Give me good old D. Gordon.
Is Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson.
Do you
Of
know
your
what
Oakland
team?
A's.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
They literally
Never heard
named
of the man.
that's like they have his name and oh my, never mind.
Okay, let's go. Keep going.
Which player broke Lou Gehrig's record of the most consecutive games played?
Played for the Baltimore Orioles.
There's a
An
hint.
Oriole
That's
guy.
your one hint.
That hint's not much help to
You
me.
have to say a
but
player.
For most consecutive games played,
Yes.
Yep. Without taking a day off, without an injury, he played every game. Broke Lou Gehrig's record.
I don't even know where to start here.
Say a player.
Give me good old Barry Bonds. Oh
Cal Ripken. You were pretty close, though, I have to
Cal
admit.
Ripken Jr.
man, I've
Barry
never heard
Bonds
of
was
him
never an
either.
Oriole.
You've never heard of
No,
Cal
I
Ripken?
have heard of Cal
Barry
Ripken.
Bonds was never an Oriole.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds
You
plays
said
after
the,
him.
You said the name of player.
All right. Okay.
That's
I was
true.
just gonna
You-
say
Continuing.
Pod.
What is the oldest active ballpark?
Oh, come on. This should be a given.
Active.
Oldest active
A
ballpark.
team still plays on this particular field.
Are they an AL team?
Yes.
Are they your fellow Boston Red Sox?
Good job.
Very good.
Where are we at? We were at 6?
That
Good
was
old
the fifth
Fenway.
4
one.
out of 6?
That was the fifth one. He is
Oh, 3 out of 5?
3 out of 5.
I wasn't sure. I was gonna say
You're
maybe
sitting
the,
at 60%.
good old Cubbies,
That would
but
fail most tests. But look at the bright side. If we're playing baseball, you're a 600 hitter. So it's just whatever.
That's
you
very
guys
true,
are.
Joe.
That is true.
How many players in history of the game have been voted into the Hall of Fame unanimously?
Unanimously. Well, let's start with how many total players are in the Baseball Hall of Fame, Joe?
Why does that matter?
Just so I can get a good gauge.
I don't know. Off the top of my head.
Hundreds.
Hundred.
There's hundreds. It's been around since
I'll
the
say
30s,
I'll say
40s.
about 65.
Unanimously,
Unanimously.
meaning every voter voted for them to be in.
Oh, I'd say closer to about 20. Is it none?
One.
One?
Can you tell me who it was?
I could not. tell
Mariano
you.
Rivera.
Oh, the man himself, the best saver of all time.
Saver.
Reliever.
Yes.
Reliever.
Yes!
The saver.
Reliever.
Trivia.
Reliever. I apologize. Saver.
Okay, continue.
Gee.
Who has the most no-hit games in MLB history? Which pitcher, I should say.
I'll give him a hint.
Yeah, him
The
would be.
oldest player to ever play.
Man. Can I get a team hint? What team he played for?
played for
Multiple.
multiple
Multiple
teams.
teams.
Who did he-
Two
he's-
first names.
He's
Say.
known,
first names.
he's
Two
known-
first names.
He's known for being an Astro. And he's known for being a Texas Ranger
And an angel.
and an Angel. Yeah.
I have his baseball card.
You might have seen him get into a fight with a particular player and then proceed to put this player into a headlock and continuously punch him in the head.
This seems really familiar. Is this like a more recent player?
He's in 70s, 80s.
I'm gonna have to
Yes.
go with the.
Name a pitcher.
I'm trying to think of a pitcher, Joe. Not
got
very
10
familiar with
seconds, Abe.
not very familiar with the old days.
5 seconds, Aid.
I don't even know where to start, Dickie.
Say a pitcher, any pitcher just that comes to your mind.
Bartolo Colon.
Wow. Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan.
You ever heard of Nolan Ryan?
Name rings a bell.
I would sure hope so.
I've heard of the man.
Legendary Texas Ranger.
And Houston Astro and Angel.
And it was Anaheim. Was it Anaheim at the time, or was it Los
I believe
Angeles?
so.
I don't know.
The Anaheim Angels.
All I know is when he beat the you-know-what out of Robin Ventura, he was on that Texas Ranger team.
Yes, sir. That's
Very, very notable.
Continue on, Joe.
Zayd, why are there no seats in center field?
Straight center field. Why
Straight
are there
center
no
field.
seats?
When you're looking at from home plate, you look out.
At any
why-
ballpark.
Any ballpark. Doesn't matter the ballpark. High school, college.
I guess I didn't really notice that until you guys mentioned it just now.
So that means you won't know the answer.
So that means you still have
That's
to take a guess.
that's very true, Dylan.
Just
Take a
think
guess.
about it.
Think about it. If you were at home plate for a particular reason related to the game, why would there
Oh,
not be seats in center field?
for teams like the Astros
Hey.
that
I don't know where you're going with
Wanna
this, but
cheat.
continue.
and steal signs.
Hey.
So they managed to do that without there being seats in center field, but if they had seats in center field, they
It'd be a hell of a lot easier.
so you don't obstruct the batter's vision.
You got
Really?
you
Ball
got a
has a
whole
tendency.
You guys-
thing
ball.
of-
No, listen.
you, no,
listen.
you
This
got a
is-
whole thing of whole crowd of white shirts, and you got a white ball heading towards you.
You're not going to see
That-
it.
You're not gonna see it.
That's
Why
a
do you
good
think
point.
they have the batter's eye, which is black?
Or green,
Contrast the white ball.
or black and green at Fenway. They do have people out there at
That's some
night.
good. That's some good trivia, guys. You guys were really leading
What?
me on, thinking that it was for cheating purposes, but now that I
Continue.
think about it, that wasn't very.
What was the first father-son duo to play in a game?
Easy.
Is it Griffey
Oh yes,
Hey!
Junior,
Congrats.
Junior and Senior?
yes.
Good job. And your final question: who is the only player to hit for a cycle in the postseason?
No
Very recent.
Happened 2 years ago
At Yankee Stadium.
at Yankee Stadium,
in the postseason.
In the postseason.
October. The playoffs. You might know them as games where you play to see if you can go to the championship.
Yes. What team was he on? For a
No
little
hint.
hint. No hint.
We
No.
gave
Really?
you a hint. It was at Yankee Stadium.
Zayd, I believe you were at Buffalo Wild Wings a few games
Yes,
before
I
it
saw
happened.
very, very many.
That's starting to jog my memory.
I
a
saw
little
very
bit.
many videos of this as I.
Remember when I
sulked.
walked out of Buffalo
I
Wild Wings?
do remember
I was
that.
so
That
Who were
was-
they playing? Who
a
were the
great
Yankees
moment.
playing?
I was
Was
sulking.
it the Red Sox?
They were playing
Yes.
the Red Sox.
Who is this player?
So, oh,
Zane?
you just narrowed it down to two. We're trying to help you out here.
I'll give you one more hint. This player
It's on the
now
Brewers.
is on the Brewers.
Damn it!
Oh,
Didn't have to go there, Joe.
He has a kid named Griff.
Griff.
Future Red Sox.
Yeah.
I bet he doesn't even get
He's
it.
constantly.
His son's name is Griff Holt.
What position does the guy play?
A lot of positions, actually. He's
No.
known more of a utility player. He made one
Really?
All-Star appearance as well back in, I believe, 2016.
Really?
Yes.
I'm surprised they can't think of this guy.
He
right
was
His
going after
son's
the home
name.
run record.
His son's name was Griff Holt.
Give us a player.
now. Red.
Preferably someone who might be related to Griff Holt.
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 This one's really stumping me, guys. I don't
Well,
know
can
why.
you at least guess
Can
part
you
of the
guess
name?
a player? Any player?
A Red Sox player.
Can you guess part of the name at least?
Holt.
Yes, very good.
Holt is a part of the name.
Very good. Is that the first or last name, Zayd? Would that be the first?
I'd say the last name.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I can't even think.
Okay,
of a,
well,
I can't even
first
think
His
of a Red
name
Sox.
rhymes with cock.
Holt.
It also
Holtcock.
rhymes with clock. It rhymes with talk.
Starts
It
with a
rhymes-
B.
It rhymes with Bach. It
The name
rhymes-
starts with the B, Zane.
and it rhymes with Bach, as in like a pitching, like
And
a
it
term in
starts
baseball.
with
Like
the
Bach.
Brock Holtenberg.
Yay!
Oh, Holt. What's his last name?
Oh my God! You just asked what his last name was?
Brock Holt.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yes. That's him.
Doesn't even jog my memory.
All right.
He hit for the cycle against the Yankees in a 16-1 game.
Brock Holt.
How many did he get right?
Game
5?
3 of the ALDS.
Did he get 5 out of 10?
Yes,
No,
I believe so.
I thought I had
No,
6.
you only
That
got
last
5 out
one
of
is a
10.
deduction
That
of 2.
that last.
No,
one,
you got 5 out of
man.
10. You got the league one right. You got the Yankee one, the titles one right. You got the oldest active ballpark right. So you got that one. You got the father-son duo one right. So you got 5.
5.
And the whole one, Joe.
No.
And the
Are we
Holt.
taking
And the Holt one.
No, the Holt one does not count. We literally gave him
Brock
like
Holt.
1,500 hints, and he still managed to get it wrong.
Brock Holt,
I
the
don't.
guy.
Anyway, special segment time.
Multiple choice, Joe.
Multiple choice.
Multiple
Any random
choice.
question.
Random questions. 3 of them.
I think this gives me a better chance.
I think you could get some extra credit points on this, Sade.
Alright.
We'll
Let's
give
figure it
them
out.
I think I need that.
Let's see how prepared
Little
you are
Bump
to
my
compete.
Bump my average.
Let's see how prepared you are to compete, Zaid. Let's
Alrighty.
see. Zaid, who has the most home runs in history? Is it A, Mark McGwire, B, Hank Aaron, C, Barry Bonds, or D, Babe Ruth?
I'm gonna have to go with good old Barry Bonds.
Wow. Very
That's a
good,
tough-
Zaid.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Zoila!
Who won the 2019 World Series MVP?
Ooh.
Is it A, Max Scherzer, B, Juan Soto, C, Howie Kendrick, or D, Steven Strasburg?
Did you hear something there? I think it was Steven Strasburg.
Good job.
Oh,
He is getting some good extra credit
I'm on a
points
roll
here.
you
right
must
now.
have watched a lot of baseball in the last few years. I can tell. I can tell based
Well,
off
the
these couple
2019
answers.
season was.
You came well.
Zaid. Good job, Zaid.
Thank you, Dylan. Doing pretty good on this little multiple choice part.
Zaid, who gave a speech to the crowd after the Boston bombing took place?
Ooh.
Was it A, David Ortiz, B, Dustin Pedroia, C, Xander Bogaerts, or D, Jacoby Ellsbury?
That's a tough one. That's a
I
tough
think it was good old Big Poppy David Ortiz.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I am impressed with how prepared you are for this. Very impressed.
I'm impressed with myself.
You really did. This is where hard work gets you guys. This is where hard
A
work
lot of
gets
studying
you. It can
here
take you to
from
the
Zaid.
hard work like this can take you to the promised land. It really can. We just found out right now.
Proud of you,
True.
Zaid.
Well, guys, it was a pleasure as always to talk baseball in front of the mic, to give our opinions, and in this case, have a little fun with a friend of ours.
It was
From
a
the
pleasure.
boys at the rotation and Zaid Corey, we thank you for listening. We're out.
Peace.